All right, ladies and gentlemen, better late than never here. It is 11:57 p.m. here on December the 10th, and we are starting the finals match here of the first ever 8-ball doubles league. 3 hours past when we were supposed to start or almost be done with. However, we've had some epic semifinals here. We have Ronnie and Lisa representing Dark Side of the Q. Race to 4 for them versus Glenn and Carl, but first. Race to 3 here. Now, we have had Glenn and Carl on the stream. We have not had Ronnie and Lisa yet, so we're going to be interested to see how they play. Looks like Carl starting us off with the break right off the bat here. Got a huge cluster in that top left-hand corner. So, guys, we do have an interesting fact about this situation going on right now here. Ronnie and Lisa, along with Glenn and Carl, are the two teams that have went undefeated all day long here. So they have made it all the way to the finals through the winner's side and are ready to really drop kick, chew bubble gum, and they all happen to be out of bubble gum, which means they're just ready to drop kick some people here. So we'll see what happens for sure. Now, I will say, watching some of the match earlier here, I got to give Ronnie and Lisa props. Overheard a little bit of their timeouts and stuff, and the way they were talking to each other, and it definitely was a good teamwork, good advice, good recommendations being given, and just kind of looking over their shot choices and their situation of what was going on. So that was very, very awesome. However, we watched Glenn and Carl on this stream just a little while ago for the first of two semifinal matches that we're finishing up, and Glenn and Carl are a fantastic duo here. Carl was able to nail in quite a few pretty good cut shots in and did an excellent job doing so, and just very confident in his shots. And I got to give Glenn a good props here as well here. Very methodical with looking over stuff, taking his time, making his choice. It's just a question here, is either team out of juice yet? Both teams have been going. We've been, a couple of people have been here since around 9:30 this morning. So we're looking at a very long day. And we even have some people that were participating today that's going to be in the 9-ball doubles tournament. That was just same deal as this, but it's for 9-ball. And same concept here. This one will actually be at Cue Ball Billiards off of Beach Boulevard right there near Beach and Southside Boulevard. Not the new location yet. And, again, it would be the same style format as the doubles. And if they win, then them and their entire team of up to 8 people on the roster get to go to Vegas. And this is all for Vegas in April. And I don't know about y'all, but I would freaking love to go and get to visit Vegas come April timeframe. I'd love to see how the weather is out there. I'm sure it's probably a little chillier at night. Feels pretty good during the day. Nice little breeze. All sorts of really cool places to go. So I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun for whichever team gets to take it. Good try, but just a small miss right there. Good speed. Definitely had a great shot left on the 11 ball, followed up to the 12 ball there at top right-hand corner pocket. Let's see what Ronnie decides to pull out here with. He's looking at that 4, but that 5 may be a little intriguing because you can still just be right back on the 4 again. Yeah, I think he feels the same way potentially about that. Can't do anything crazy to pretty much leave the cue ball in the general vicinity of where it's at right now. No, he's going for a much more difficult shot. Great cut, though. Phenomenal job. Now, by chance, Kelly, do you know right off the bat here what skill level Ronnie is and Lisa? I know it's 10 combined, but 7-3. Okay, so that may have been why he was going for a little bit of a more difficult shot there, trying to leave his partner there a little better time instead of having to go after some of the more difficult stuff. But I still think, even more so, I still think the 5 was a great shot. That 4 would not have been too crazy difficult to go after. But, he's got to take a lot of things into consideration, and they know each other's playing style very well. So, you got to trust on you knowing how your partner plays and what shots they do and do not like. I've been with some teammates before that they're like, if we ever do teams like this and stuff, do doubles. Don't leave me the side pocket shots. I don't like cutting things in the side pocket. I just straight in ain't a problem, but if I'm having to do those hard cuts, like, they don't like it all. So you got to take some of that into consideration.
So we have a pretty exciting finals match here going on. Butt First and Dark Side of the Queue, they are both competing not only on behalf of the 2 players that you see here on the live stream, but also on behalf of their entire standard format team. So the 2 players that win are going to advance and play in the 8-ball APA 8-ball doubles championship in Las Vegas. They are also going to bring the rest of their 8-ball team with them, and those players will cheer them on in that championship in Las Vegas. So this is pretty exciting for them and all their teammates. Pressure is on.
Ronnie with a real tough decision here on what to go after, how to do this. Only the looks like the 4 and the 2 remain for him and his partner Lisa. So he's just trying to determine what he's going to do. Looks like possibly a cross make on the 2 maybe. Get the cue ball back down towards the bottom end of the table so that way she has an option on the 4. Not really many defensive shots, but you could just try and also just cut the 2 and at least get the 2 closer towards that pocket. You may end up making it, but you could at least, at bare minimum, brush it up that way. Lynn and Carl definitely, it's time for them to clock in and do some work. Them having 6 balls still left on the table here, but they have a lot of options when it comes to wherever that cue ball gets placed. So
That's the beauty of doubles in the APA format is, we still got a 4-3 race ahead of us, and still anybody's game.
yeah, so there was actually a slight change. Both teams agreed that winner takes off the first rack. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Funny, yeah.
And guys, thank y'all for tuning in at home. I know it's a little late in the evening here / morning, but I appreciate y'all already being here with us and still hanging out with us as well. Let us know which team you're rooting for, who you're hoping pulls off the win. This is it. This is the finals, guys. So winner takes all. This is the one that will decide which team gets to go to Vegas. And then we're going to rinse, wash, repeat this whole process coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow we've got 10 teams in the mix, 10 doubles teams in the mix, 5 standard format teams. So we're watching Lisa right now step up to the table and see what she can do to help her and Ronnie get out here. They've got to give one rack to Glenn and Carl.
Amanda cheering on Glenn and Carl there for team butt first. Great try on that 4-ball. You know, if Dark Side of Q ends up getting down to just one more ball left on the table, that's when a lot more defensive shots are going to open up as possibilities for Glenn and Carl. We'll see if they take advantage of it, if they even need to. It could go on just a huge run right here. Nope. They've gotten a pretty decent lead out of that. It's going to force Ronnie just to stick straight up on that 2-ball.
We've got Ronnie studying the table here. He is representing Dark Side of the Q. Ronnie's a 7. Lisa, his partner, is a 3 today.
Ooh, went for that corner pocket.
So
Amazing try.
So close.
Wow. Very good try, very good shot. Now here is something that at least is in their benefit with having both their object balls here at the bottom part of the table. But of course, Glenn and Carl could manipulate that into a advantage for them with a good defensive shot, or at least a good long shot in case they need to leave them with something.
Carl pockets the ball on the side, and now here we go. Here's Glenn up to the table.
Great shot, great speed. Be time for that 9 and 15 to be taken care of here. Honestly, I like the fact that Carl's taking a gander at this right now. He is on the left-hand side of both those balls. Yeah, he's looking to see if they go, and he feels comfortable with the shot. Great. Wow, what a shot and what a leave out of it.
There you go.
Phenomenal work. That was the
Remember,
right time.
this is huge if they take a rack here at the beginning, because Glenn and Carl are up already with Ronnie and Lisa needing one more rack than they do.
All right, we got Team Butt First taking a timeout here. I think it's great use of a timeout as well.
It's always a hard call when you use those timeouts. You know, you're afraid to not use them well enough, and want to make sure you hold on to them till you really need them. But sometimes they slip away from you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe the better choice. If he can hit it softly, put a good amount of left on it, he can get right behind that 9, and either have an option if he goes too far to get the 9 at the bottom left-hand corner, or get just enough to take that 9 in the left-hand side pocket. Both of which should be able to just be followed up and rolled up, and be able to take that 8 in the top right. So we'll see what Glenn can do here. I think good use of timeout though beforehand. He got the left in. It's got the spin. Looks like
Very
side
nice
pocket.
leave. Yep.
Yeah. Again, nothing too fancy here. Not gonna have the easiest shot on an 8-ball, but
Overshot it just a little bit.
Yep. Now, had he actually made that, guys, that cue ball should have been just a little bit further down from where it was. I know it looks like it's like an amazing leave almost, but it should have been just a little further down for all intents and purposes. But great speed on the shot. That definitely was the right call to make. And again, I think before they got into trouble, I think that was a great timeout and a good use of it. And now it's Lisa's turn up at the table for Team Dark Side of the Q. And
looks like Lisa's taking a look at that 2 ball there. She's got the 2 and the 4 hanging out. The 2 is definitely the easier angle to work with right now.
great try, great job leaving it right there within the pocket. Good speed overall. Nice little bank shot here. Didn't get quite the roll up, but hey, Glenn and Carl are on the 8-ball. First team to do so for this finals match. Timeout has been used up, so Carl has to make his decision essentially all by himself here. I think that top left-hand pocket is what I would be looking at. And I would like to do just a little bit of bottom right on it. I'd use the right to help throw it further that way since it's a bit of a cut. Yeah.
So the conversation going on the off screen there is whether or not Glenn's input was a timeout, and Glenn was suggesting which pocket Carl should mark, which is absolutely a use of a timeout.
They've already used their timeout, though.
And they have, yes. Yep. So the other team was clarifying that you can't do that. So you've already used your timeout, and you cannot in any way suggest or coach which pocket to shoot that 8-ball in at this point in time. So
main thing in this situation here as well is we got a lot of outside forces that may or may not be teammates with these people that are jumping into the situation, and we got to let the teams play it out, let them do their stuff, and let them handle it. If you got a question about rules and stuff, you gotta get things, and get Kelly's right here at the corner booth with us, right here across table. So
even when you are 100% sure the shooters at the table are incorrect, it is still not the sideline's responsibility to fix it. So that's a hard reality there to sometimes come across. But there Ronnie goes, making that ball and setting up Lisa for the 8-ball. I think Lisa's set up on the 8, right? She's shooting at the 8?
No. She's shooting at the 4.
The 4-ball.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Can't quite see it very well on this
they do blend in
here.
very well. That dark purple. And of course, guys, tensions will be a little higher. This is a finals match, right? Everything up to this point, all the amount of hours that have been put into the session, all the amount of hours that have been put into today, all culminate to, one team getting to go to Vegas. So I don't blame them for feeling some intensity about the situation.
Well, we've got two pretty seasoned players here and two somewhat new players to APA.
Yep.
So it's an interesting pair going on, and some may or may not know the rules as well as others, and that can always create a little bit of a tension there.
Absolutely. Josh, yes, this is the finals, my friend. This is it. This is the very first rack of the finals. Looks like Glenn's going to go for the bank shot here. That's a good try. Hey, Josh, absolutely, buddy. My pleasure. So Ronnie up now. Got to take out this 4-ball in this crazy cut shot potentially to be able to do it. Ronnie not liking how that cut shot has to turn out. I don't blame at all here. This is a very, very, very difficult shot. As much as, you know, my defensive instincts would tell me to go defensive here as well. Like, you just don't want to put that 4 up against the 8. There we go. There we go. Great choice. Very well played here. So they still have a chance on the 8 ball.
That 4 ball a lot more than he did prior to that shot, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. We'll see what Carl's thinking here on it. Now, the 8 is possibly still makeable in that corner pocket. Not easy, but still makeable. Also, there is a defensive chance here to hit just the very tippy top of that 8, kind of skim it and leave the cue ball down the rail. But, you, again, clear precision, can't hit it hard. Got to watch out for the scratch. So, I think in this one, I think I'm going for it personally. He whipped for it and got it. And that cue ball will stop, of course, plenty in time here, giving Glenn and Carl their first rack here.
I don't think you guys could see it, but off camera here, Ronnie congratulated Carl on a well-played shot there and gave him that rack.
Oh, yeah. All right. Woot, woot. Awesome shot, Carl. Susie, welcome back. Welcome back. Zach saying the same as well. Nice shot. Yes. All right, guys. We're on the rack number 2 here. However, with Glenn and Carl only needing 3 racks total here, this does put the scenario that I was talking about what was possible in this game. You know, I was talking about how with them only needing 3 total racks here, how this can feel like a lot of freaking pressure out of nowhere. And this mental game will make and break you. I don't care how good of a shooter you are. If your mental game starts falling down, then it's over. So you gotta definitely take a breath here. Understand that was just rack number 1. Yes, it was an important rack. However, it was just rack number 1, and it's time to rally and go back towards it again. And I expect a lot of great things from Ronnie and Lisa. There were some really good shots there. Well done overall. Good teamwork. So we'll see if they can rally back this rack and start bringing it back.
Tim, I'm just tuning in. I took a quick break here. I don't know if you've already talked about the added pressure that these guys might feel because they are carrying the weight of a full team on their shoulders.
Yep. No, we definitely discussed that. That's the brilliance of this whole division. And again, we get to do this again tomorrow, and see it happen for the flip side of this, which is 9 ball, and the fact that they are gonna, whoever wins will go to Vegas. The team that wins here, the 2 players will be the ones competing in Vegas. They'll be the ones actually playing all the matches. But yeah, you're 100% right. They're gonna have the other 6 potential members right there hanging out with them in Vegas and cheering them on, and it's man, it's just what a good feeling. What a fun way to have a event like this.
If you've never played in a Vegas qualifier before, I highly encourage you to take a look at that calendar and get registered. We've got a handful of them coming up in the next couple of months that
Yes.
are open to any Jacksonville APA players to register for and participate, and we encourage you to do that. It's definitely a lot of fun, and if you make it there, for sure, very different experience than what you might get from a team dynamic. But these guys here today are competing on behalf of their entire teams today, so they are experiencing a different kind of pressure that we may or may not know. We got Glenn here shooting on behalf of his team. He took a shot at that 15 ball. Didn't quite make it, but we'll see what Ronnie's going to do when he steps up to the table.
Definitely some work to take care of this table here. However, I actually don't mind being in this position here. A lot of people don't like it to where their opponent's only got a couple balls left, and then you still got your entire rack on the table here. Now in this case, with with him being a 7, his teammate being a 3 and stuff like that, he's got to just take some precaution, not leave anything stupid, crazy, or no mass A shots, nothing silly like that, for her to be able to go after. But we've seen Lisa really hold her own in this. And in the previous match, I got to watch a little bit of her gameplay as well. And as long as it's not anything that's too crazy difficult, she's shooting at a higher skill level for sure. On some of her shots, and it's phenomenal to see, especially with all the added pressure of what this can cause to a person. See somebody still shooting really well and taking their time and having just a good pre-shot routine is really nice. But yeah, this is not a bad position to be in. It seems like it is. It seems like you're behind the 8 ball, but realistically, you got a ton of options, ton of opportunity. Nothing's really like a super hang-up or a super big issue. That 9-8's there at the top middle of the pool table right there. That 8 freely goes to the top right whenever you decide to get to it. Or it can go pretty much everywhere else other than top left, unless that 9 ball gets moved. So a lot of opportunity here. Get to a rail, no rail. We'll see if the other team asks.
That's always so challenging when you know that you shot good and clean and straight, and then it just didn't hit that rail. So
Yep.
I know they got to be frustrated by that one right now.
Yeah, Ronnie and Lisa, they've got to take this rack, and I want to say that because if you're gonna go for the next 4 racks to take home the win, with all that pressure of knowing your opponent is on the hill the entirety of those next 4 racks, that is a lot to deal with, and that will break down anybody for sure, and definitely changes the way you play your game. Maybe makes you play a little too scared whenever a couple times you need to be aggressive with your shots and confident in your shots and what you got going on. Good try on that side pocket here, but a miss. Now, with that 9 ball being moved, at this point, there's no reason why, here in a moment, at least they can't take advantage of where that 2 ball is. That 7's sitting in a pretty good place as well, so Ronnie looking to take something else out of the equation instead. But those give them a lot of extra ways to get out, and realistically, a lot of ways for him to line up good stuff for his partner. Ooh, I didn't expect him to miss that bottom right-hand corner pocket. I know it was a little long, but nice attempt here by Glenn for the bank shot right there. Wanted the angle to open up a little more, either a little bit more on his angle whenever he was approaching, coming up to the ball, but of course speed plays a big part in that. A little softer, a little slower speed right there allows the angle to, I call it like the breathing effect, where the angle just Just opens up a little bit, gives you a little bit more spacing there that you need. But you got to be able to give it that space if you're trying to get that tight of angle on a bank shot.
Lisa's studying her options here, trying to figure out her best way out.
What a clean shot. See, this is
Very
what I'm talking
nice.
about right
She-
here. Like, that's a good long table shot. Great speed. Like, phenomenal. Such a good leave. Like,
Lisa chose a top corner shot of the 6 ball, so it went in clean past that 4 ball in the top right.
yep.
And she is good to go for the next round. So let's see what she can do.
Now, I'm not saying that Ryan doesn't need to be looking at all the options here, but realistically, the only other one he has eyes on is that 3 ball if he's wanting to do a long shot. But I think it's time to start, start considering the run out options here in the win. Yeah, he's going after that 7. Jeanette, we talked about that earlier. Like, Kelly and I are both exhausted over here, to say the least, and we haven't been the ones physically playing the game. I wouldn't even want to go back through and look at all the amount of racks that each of these teams have had to play to get to this point right here. And, I agree with you. It's really going to be a case of who's got the stamina and the mental stamina to finish this up.
And I'm not sure what's going on today. You know, we're generally somewhat accurate in estimating our round times today, but we've had some slow matches go on, and we are well past 3-4 hours of our estimate of when this tournament should have been complete. And so we've had some grueling matches. We've had some close matches. That's a good thing. You know, it means people are into it. It means they're playing well. It means they're accurately ranked. But in the end, for whatever reason, this particular tournament today, we have been well beyond the time frame that we expected to see. So, but we're thankful that we've had some good matches, and we're thankful that we've had the stamina, and the players have been good sports about it. And
Absolutely.
Tim is here, and we're
Boom.
enjoying his commentary and Q Sports Studios support. So we thank them for that. But I agree, Jeanette. It's a long day. So nothing comes easy, right?
Ooh, close. Good try. It would have been nice for it to be left closer to that pocket, but that was only a small miss on Lisa's part. And really, really happy to see Ronnie and Lisa rallying right there. That was a great 3-ball run on their part. Very well done. Mr. Carl's back to the table here, trying to determine his options. Looks like he's aiming at the 9-ball. Trying for that side pocket. And does an amazing job. Wow. What great timing and just great speed. That was a perfect example of pocket speed. Guys, when we talk and we say the words like pocket speed, that's when the object ball just kind of goes doop, 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 and drops in that pocket. It's not going to end up hitting the back end of the pocket or anything crazy or rattle out. It's just that smooth speed where, it may be a little more than this, but it's almost where it leaves you guessing, like, is that about to drop? Is that going to drop? Oh, it dropped. Type situation.
Pocket speed is
Pocket
that
speed.
beautiful, perfect answer to how hard do I need to hit it to make it, but not miss it bad.
Ronnie is beating himself up over that one. He is mad about that one. I don't blame him. That was a great segue and setup for Lisa to go after that 5-ball. Oh, he avoided the scratch.
Carl took the back cut there.
Yeah. That one definitely got away from him a little bit.
He does not love that. He's sitting down not feeling too great about that choice, but at the same time, he made the ball, so.
Yep. Oh, all right. Looks like we're going for a back left-hand corner pocket. Shot right here. Ooh. Nope, definitely not here. But a great leave out of it overall. That 5 and that 8 are kind of tied up now. We'll see how that bodes for them here in a moment. But I like the attempt. It was a good try for sure. That was one of those where the speed control, again, you had to let that angle kind of open up just a tiny bit. Nothing much, but very, very tough to do those super long rail banks.
Lisa here did it like it was no problem.
Absolutely.
She
Ronnie
just,
walking right up to the table, telling her, great shot.
shot that sucker in like she's been doing it every day now.
Yep. And that's the stuff, too, especially in a 7-3 team format right here. That is the kind of stuff that, like, that 7 is depending upon you to go after those sort of shots and be able to get them. And they'll worry about the crazy difficult ones.
I think Ronnie would have liked to make this one right here, but Carl is having to make some choices and how to handle it. So I don't think Ronnie is too disappointed.
I think on this one, I'm going to leave one leg kicked up in the air while I go 4 rails into the side pocket. I'm just kidding.
Or
Playing for a defensive shot right there. Yep. Yeah, nice little defensive shot. Nothing crazy. Didn't get a ball in hand there. And now Ronnie and Lisa do have a. One second. Ronnie's approaching the table. Looks like he may have already called a timeout.
Yeah, looks like he's going to go ahead and take that timeout. It's probably a pretty good use of it right here.
Definitely is. Definitely is. Yeah, depending on where she can leave that cue ball, he could have a defensive shot of hiding that cue with that 5 and forcing his opponent to do something crazier. But also, too, his opponent may have an option just to give him ball in hand by bumping the 5 ball closer to the 8, Oh, Zach said he would just end up making both solids on the shot. That's a good game plan. I mean, I don't know how that would get pulled off.
Well, we can't all be that good. So when we have to have backup plans.
Right.
I like the option that Lisa's lining up for here.
Ooh. John cannot be sitting there talking about that. This John's, one second, guys.
Looks like there was some discussion over whether or not she double hit the cue ball, which would have meant that the cue stick she was using hit that cue ball twice. And it was agreed upon by those that were watching the shot and involved in the game that she did, in fact, double hit that cue, which is why she was given ball in hand. In the future, if that were to happen and no one were watching the shot and there were a disagreement, that call would go to the shooter or those that were involved. So we were not in a position to be able to weigh in on that decision.
Yep, absolutely.
But at least the shooter and her opponent agreed.
Tony's in the house.
From what I'm watching and observing on the sidelines, it looks like they actually were trying to call a push shot, which would have been when Lisa pushed through the cue ball into the object ball, and that they were calling that a foul, and that would actually not be a foul. A push shot is not considered a double hit. It's not a foul. It's considered unsportsmanlike if you do it repeatedly, but especially APA being an amateur league and skill levels such as Lisa, who's a 3, it would be something that we would be somewhat forgiving on, and we would simply explain the rule and that in the future, this is how you would need to perform that shot to avoid the situation. But a push shot would be that she pushed through the cue ball into the object ball, so she never really broke that stroke to some degree. And it's a tough one in an amateur league. It's definitely one that's contested quite a bit, and they're still talking about it on the sidelines over there. But ultimately, no one was watching that shot. And even if they were, the shot has moved on at this point in time.
Yep, 100%. So we got a little bit of a chess match going on over here.
This is Glenn's first session playing with this team, and his first session that I'm aware of that he's played in a Vegas qualifying tournament. So this is kind of exciting for him, but may also have a little bit to do with Jeanette's earlier statement about being tired and playing for a while. So it's definitely an adjustment if you've never played pool in a Vegas qualifying tournament before. It can be a bit of a grueling match.
Zach asking the question here, why go for it? That's a good question, but
so Josh's former question kind of lends to it a little bit. So when does it become a stalemate, and what happens then? A stalemate is
8 out of turn.
Man, we had a lot happen right there. So let's dissect that a little bit. But first, let's mark a win. So Glenn and Carl took that win. They knocked in Ronnie knocked in the 8 out of turn, which resulted in Glenn and Carl for the win. So they are now up 2-0 in a 3-4 race. But let's go backwards a little bit. If we're going to think about a stalemate happens. The definition of a stalemate is when neither opponent chooses to take advantage of ball in hand. So if there's a ball in hand scenario that's being passed back and forth and neither opponent wants to do anything with it, so imagine just handing that ball back and forth and you don't really want to actually take advantage of it and shoot at your ball or try and break apart the balls or anything, then that's when a stalemate would occur. So that wasn't a stalemate since both opponents were still willing to shoot at the ball and take advantage of the ball in hand. If it were a stalemate, then we would just cancel out the rack and we would start over. It wouldn't be that complicated in terms of score.
With that being said, though, fresh rack, both teams back having one timeout each. And Glenn and Carl, for the first time in the finals, are officially on the hill.
So this is exciting for Glenn and Carl and all of their team, because if Glenn and Carl win, then their entire team gets to go to Las Vegas. So we've got a little bit of crowd here watching them and supporting their team.
That's funny, Zach. Zach said, now I know why Glenn went for it. He said he wanted to place 8-ball there so that way the next shot could be an 8 out of turn. That was Glenn's master plan the whole time, was to set up his opponent for an 8 out of turn.
Sometimes you just got to think ahead.
That's master plays right there. He sees the future, he says. He looked over at Dr. Strange and wanted to find out if this was the 1 in the 14 billion. And Dr. Strange did his head nod and held up number 1.
If you are just tuning in, we are watching Glenn and Carl, who are on the hill. Representing Team But First take on Ronnie and Lisa, representing Dark Side of the Q. And this is our 8-ball doubles division qualifier. So our winning pair here goes to Las Vegas to play in the 8-ball doubles division. I'm sorry, the 8-ball APA 8-ball doubles championship.
Yep.
So it is our doubles division qualifier, but they will play in the doubles division championship. And they're going to bring their entire team with them to cheer them on. So this is a big deal, not just for the 4 players that you see named here on the screen, but also the teams that they represent below their names. Big thank you today. It's been a long day here. It's almost 1 a.m. and we are still here. We're still kicking. We're still going strong. So big thank you to 9-Ball Heaven, to Tim, and to Q Sports Studios for supporting Jacksonville APA and the efforts that we have.
Yeah, buddy. Zach asking is when is the 8-balls doubles the qualifier he's asking for?
The Open 8-ball doubles qualifier, I don't know the date off the top of my head. It's sometime in March, early March, first weekend, sometime in there. It is already posted in the APA app. So if you go on the APA app and look at our events, then you will see the 8-ball doubles qualifier. And you can actually go online already at the website and register. So that tournament is capped, 32 teams. That is just to make sure that we can facilitate the tournament in a day. So make sure you get on there and register with your team so that you secure your spot. Zach is talking about the 8-ball doubles qualifier. That is an open event to any players that are registered in Jacksonville APA. It is $50 a team to come play in that, and the winners receive travel assistance to go to the 8-ball doubles championship in Las Vegas. That is held in late May. Lisa and Ronnie are looking comfortable here in this match. They're sitting in a spot where they are down 0-4, and yet they are still looking like they just, had a minute, and they're just getting in their groove. They're looking comfortable. They're cruising back and forth.
That's a very nice try on that shot right there. Very well played by Ronnie.
And now we've got Glenn up to the table. Looks like he's going to go for that 9-ball there in the top left. Carl blocks the pocket with that 12-ball. Lisa taking a shot here in the corner at the 3-ball.
Great attempt and great speed on that. Line up her partner for easy shot on the 5 next. And that 212 is that's not going to be a fun one to go after here in just a moment. Nice little try right there with the combo. Looks like he, it's still a good succeed right there. He kind of knocked everything out of the way and left his 10-ball pretty well for that corner pocket. Ronnie opting to go for a 3-ball on the bottom right here. Good speed. Gets it. Gives a great
that
shot
was
option.
tough.
Yep.
That was tough too. Don't discount how difficult it can be to go straight down a rail like that.
Yeah.
So
Slightest margin of error, and you hit that rail too early or something. And that ball was not going.
there's Lisa lining up on this 5-ball here in the bottom rail.
Great job. Great speed again.
So Ronnie's got some choices to make here now. So he can probably make that 7-ball. But he's stuck a little bit on the 2, trying to figure out how to handle that ball with the out on the 8. So he's going to choose to come off the 2 and potentially make the, what is that? What do we got sitting down there? The 12 ball?
12 ball, yes.
12 ball sitting at the pocket. I think he probably wanted to make it. Probably wanted to knock that out of play. Carl's not going to give him another chance to take that 12 ball out and is going to do it for him. Line that pocket up the way he wants it.
Jeanette asked, will Vegas be streamed or televised?
So Vegas streaming is entirely up to the players that participate in the Vegas tournaments. There are over 380 pool tables that are set up for the Vegas tournaments. And each one is not individually live streamed unless the players themselves set that up. We strongly encourage them to bring some tripods and set that up, and so that everybody back home can cheer them on and follow along.
All right, Lisa back at the table, staring that 2-ball down. She's definitely in her zone right now. She grooving to the song. What's nice about this is she just got to really focus on making it. The natural shape here gives, as long as she doesn't ever hit it, gives a good option. Should give a good option on that 7-ball and leave her partner set up for good success here. And may just lead them to them taking their first rack here of this finals match. That was the speed. That was phenomenal.
Exactly what she needed to do right there.
Literally couldn't even taken a timeout to tell her to do it any better. Like that was such a well done, well placed shot.
And Ronnie right here, all he needs to do is just tap this ball in. I mean, that 8-ball is sitting in the pocket. So
great speed. There you go.
Lisa.
This is their best opportunity right here. First. But yeah, Jeanette, in terms of the streaming, just like Kelly said, I know in years past when I went, we brought like a small little tripod and used somebody's like iPhone or something to stream into our Facebook live feed and everything. Sometimes they do get cut out because of the music, unfortunately. But yeah, they definitely try to do their best to be able to stream it in most cases. Great shot, great out. Congrats to Ronnie and Lisa getting on the board with that point here.
The music in Las Vegas, though, is, it's so. It's not loud.
No, it's definitely it's been toned down quite a bit.
Yeah. There's been enough streaming issues over the last few years that they've come to understand how to create an environment that is good for players, that's comfortable, that also is conducive to the streaming it, because we know most tables out there are trying to stream the match in some fashion.
I remember one time, I don't remember who left in their room or if we just didn't bring one or something, but we used a styrofoam cup and indented in the styrofoam cup to hold the iPhone. And then I think that was propped on top of 2 red Solo cups, and that was our tripod. And it worked just fine. I mean, it did the job. It is what it is. It did the work.
Yeah.
It was just a funny little makeshift, but there's plenty of vendors out there now that sell tripods out there and selfie cameras, and
They even screw into your phones now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Ronnie dropped a couple, and let's see. Lisa's looking at solids here.
I know. Lisa's looking at stripes here.
I'm sorry. I'm staring at
Eyeballs.
solids and calling them stripes. Vice versa. Goodness gracious. I'm tired.
Guys, that does not show how exhausted we are. And again, like we've been blessed to be over here just chilling stuff. We haven't been the one physically up on the table doing the work. Y'all can just imagine how these teams are got to be feeling.
I'm hanging on the table. I'm tired.
Ooh, only a very, very small miss. Great try, great attempt. I'm really shocked that didn't go. So we'll see if Ronnie and Lisa can claw their way back through all this. This is the scenario I said you don't want to be in. You don't want to be sitting there playing every single rack from that point forward, worried about your opponent being on the hill. And unfortunately, that's just where they're at right now. But this might be a, if they keep going, this might be a stamina situation here, endurance. Can Ronnie and Lisa outlast and outgas Glenn and Carl?
Well, you could definitely see the spirits kind of perk up a little bit on that last win.
Yes,
so
it did.
they needed that for sure to stay in it. I got to hand it to Lisa, too. She's been an MVP here today. She's skill level 3. That's a lot of pressure, and she's handled it so well and has stayed calm, cool, collected, has shot her game, and been a really great partner to have.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed for sure in this setup here. A lot of the teams we've seen a lot of 5-5s or a lot of 6-4 options. Few and far between with it being a 7-3 option. So I definitely agree with you. Definitely got to give her a big shout out for being the quote unquote the lower ranked player per se. But that's I got to give her the props earlier when I was watching some of her shots. Like, there was definitely some shots that she was taking her time, definitely following through on her stroke and stuff, and that was definitely like a skill level 4 or up shot that she was going after. And took advantage of, and definitely just did really well. And I think also Ronnie has a great way with his timeouts with her too of helping her understand what the vision is, which is always hard, right? You got to be able to paint that picture whenever you're given a timeout on a difficult shot. And I think they have just absolutely just worked very, very well together. It's been extremely impressive. And again, her misses too, like the last 2 shots she's had, that side pocket shot, near miss. That bottom right-hand corner pocket, near miss. Like both of those, it wasn't like she was way off a full diamond apart from it or anything crazy. Like she's very, very close to getting these shots.
For sure, and that's where you just got to step up as the teammate and be encouraging and try and keep each other in it. Positivity goes a long way in these things. It really does.
Yes, it does, for sure. Yeah, I think being able to set proper expectations with yourself around some of this helps out a lot, especially from the mental game. Yeah, I've seen some people that are right at my skill level between 4s and 5s, and they'll go on like a 3-ball run out of nowhere, which is great. Like, it's phenomenal, and then they'll miss that 4th ball, and it wasn't really an easy shot or nothing. They're like, oh, I can't believe it. That was dumb of me, this and the other. I'm like, what was it? This time, like, you just had 3 phenomenal, really good shots. Right, like that's nothing just to be like, nah, I didn't just do something. Like you just ran 3 of your balls that were necessary on the table. Like, it's really good.
Well, I know both of these teams are feeling probably like they are missing some shots they wouldn't normally miss because we've been out it a while today. So we've had some matches go quite a bit longer than anticipated, and it's been a longer day than we thought it would be, but they are troopers and they're hanging in there, and they're still shooting great despite that. So
absolutely.
I hope you guys will tune in with us tomorrow. We are getting started tomorrow at 11 a.m. We
Yep.
will be tuning in out of cue ball billiards. And we'll be playing the 9-ball doubles qualifier. And that is the division qualifier, same as we are doing tonight here at 9-ball heaven.
Zach said 8-ball Vegas qualifier is February 18th. Just registered. Nice. Very good. Very, very good, sir. Thank you for giving that shout out over stream on that.
Just like today, we'll be starting our stream tomorrow, probably second or third round of the day. And our tournament tomorrow starts at 11 a.m., so that means we'll get the stream started probably about 1 o'clock or so. And we've got 10 teams, 10 doubles pairs in the tournament tomorrow that they represent 5 of our standard format teams in the tournament. So we'll have a 12-team bracket with 2 byes on it, modified single elimination.
Zach said the 9-ball Vegas qualifier is in March, and he also registered for that as well. Nicely done, Zach. Thank you for getting signed up on that early, man.
Hey, and if you were wondering how Zach knows that, it's because he's on the APA app. So log into that APA app. It's APA Pool League if you haven't downloaded it before. That APA Pool League app, you can log in and see all of our events, all of our announcements, your scores, your stats, all that good stuff. It'll even remind you when you have Pool League.
That it will. Mine goes off every week. Whoa.
Oh,
wow.
man.
What a shot. Well played. Oh, my gosh. Left it in the pocket as well. Such good speed.
I just can't give Lisa enough credit here. This has been a long day, and especially, skill level 3. That's something to be said. I think I was talking with her earlier, and she's not played in an event like this before, and the nerves were getting her, and I got to give her credit for sticking with it, and she's doing a great job.
Zach, she really is, man. That is. I really don't know that you could have asked for a better skill level 3 partner with the way she's been shooting right now. I really don't. So that was very well done. And again, that 9-ball's still sitting right near that pocket, too. So Glenn and Curl are taking advantage of it not being in the pocket, just outside of the pocket, which was very well done and well played on their part. Good little back and forth here.
So Carl's trying to make a choice here on whether he wants to go for this 5-ball first or stretch on down the table to the 4. He chose the 5-ball, leaving the 4 for Glenn. Remember, if Glenn and Carl make this, then they are out and they win the game, folks. So they are on the hill here. What a shot from Glenn.
Ooh.
Sets Carl up pretty nicely. Carl's going to mark the top left pocket here. If Carl makes this 8-ball, then that is it. That is game, and but first, we'll be headed to Las Vegas. Glenn and Carl. There it is. That's it.
Game, baby.
Glenn and Carl, congratulations. They are headed to the 8-ball doubles championship in Las Vegas, and but first are coming along with them. They are going to be their cheerleaders out there. We hope that you have enjoyed our live stream today. Thank you so much to Q Sports Studios and particularly to Tim here, who has been the voice of Jacksonville APA. We appreciate you so much for spending your day with us, and we hope that you will tune in tomorrow to the 9-ball doubles division qualifier.
I'll be here. Y'all be here. Make sure to bring your Sunday best, and let's show up like we did the rest, and just have a blessed day, everybody. Take care, guys. Good night. See y'all tomorrow.
Good night.